Holy shit. What a week. From a large creator being found out to the presidential debate. I Show Speed being an idiot and still not owning up to what he said he was going to do 3 months ago. And whenever it comes to the presidential debate, we're going to cover that last because there are certain things about it that are from my own perspective, from my own accounts and everything else within it, and especially with what our current idiot in chief says. It's something that is very, 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 very interesting. Let me go ahead and move a couple of these over real quick. And we are going to be reading a couple of these. Yes, I am still following him. No, I don't give a shit on your own opinions. Whether or not I should or should not. That is my fucking choice. No one else's but mine. We're gonna touch on Nick Mercs as well. His idiocy is, within that, like, just buckle the fuck up. That's all I gotta say. All right. So if you've been living under a fucking rock, so it's June 22nd, last week. Listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can say since this is the fucking internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal, no wrongdoing was found, and I was paid. Elden Ring Monday. Interesting. The Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the fucking bullshit. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about, and I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society, and I and we made the painful decision collectively to have me step down. Our team is full of incredible, talented, and good people that have high career ambitions and families, and I'd never want to jeopardize the culture we have carefully crafted. You stepping down and being basically ousted out of your own company that you founded means your game is dead on arrival before it even gets going. Moving on. Were the Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared. No crimes were committed. I never met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me. We'll touch on, he should have been messing a minor here in a minute, because I got some things I want to say about messaging minors, especially as a creator and things like that. Now, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father. It should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I'll fucking own my shit. This was stupid. Now, with all this said, don't get it fucking mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no fucking predator or pedophile. Are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows me fucking knows where I stand on those things with those types of people. Fuck that. That's a different level of disgust that I fucking hate hearing about. Don't be labeling me as the worst of the worst with your exaggerations. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. But I think I've said what I need to say regarding the ban itself. That's it. That's why Twitch made the decision in 2020. To my team, community, industry friends that have supported me, I apologize. I wish I could have said this sooner. You guys have always showed me and my family love and support throughout all these years. We love you guys like you can't imagine. I have the fucking best community and circle. If any of this has made you uncomfortable, I get it. You don't have to support me anymore, but just know you've always been greatly appreciated. But trust me when I say this, to all my haters that live and breathe social media with zero real life experience, I don't give a fuck about you. Finally, if you're uncomfortable with this entire statement and think I'm a piece of shit, that's fine. But I'm not fucking going anywhere. I'm not the same guy that made the mistake all those years ago. Taking an extended vacation with my family, as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with a heavy weight off my shoulders. They want me to disappear? Yeah, fucking right. Where, like I said, I'm gonna dive into that statement here in a second. Former Twitch stream, and this is from Game Rant, and we'll touch on this here in a little bit, especially from Slasher. So everybody knows why everything within Doc has been kept hush hush because it involved a minor and all the other stuff. This goes into say, oh, he's been accused of sexting a minor and trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon by an ex-Twitch employee. But yep, right here he got banned because he got caught by sexting a minor, then existing Twitch Whisper product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that could be, or the powers that be could read in plain text. Case closed, gang. Not entirely. Who was it that initiated the conversation? Who was it that found out they were a minor first? Did the person that he was messaging say that they were a minor and wanted to allude to something more? Or did he find out and he said, hey, I stopped that? I'm not a fanboy of his whatsoever. So anybody who says anything, y'all can go fuck yourselves right off the bat, okay? I respect what he's been able to build up for the past decade plus. I will say this 100%. If you as a creator are sending inappropriate messages, that's on you. The moment you find out that it's a minor, you're fucked. That's why I have always been cautious with who I message. I have always been cautious with the people I hang out with, my language, the content that's said in my Discord. There's no NSFW material whatsoever. I'm in other Discords and there are. I, tend to have an issue with some of it, but aside from that, no. It's one of those things I'm not going to sit there and have minors exposed to. Because I know how loosely that I know how loose it can get with things. And on top of being a figurehead, on top of being an influence and a role model, it's one thing to sit there and say, oh, hey, here's a picture of this, where it's something completely different. Like, no, I'm sorry. He understands he should have never entertained it, but he said it, he stopped it once it leaned too far in there. And people are like, oh, no, he kept going. I want to see the text messages. Simple. And this one by Slasher. Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah, no. Log in, yeah, go fuck yourself. Why do you have it locked behind a paid subscription? I've read the entirety of it. I could tell you. It's something that it's like he has no proof within this whatsoever. He has no facts within it. If I can't find a roundabout way to fucking show this. Underage coverage, which indicated no problem to continue on the former employee. There was no confusion. Message sent. Okay, so this is what he said right here. So if he's the one that people are if he's sitting there saying, "Oh hey," he knew it was he knew they were underage and everything else. Why didn't the victim come forward on the issues? And that'll be brought up into this right here. How come it didn't, you know, how come they didn't go forward and say, "Oh, hey, by the way, I have explicit messages. I feel uncomfortable. Can you do something?" How come we're just now finding out, oh, I don't know, 4 years later, this is the issue? Like, y'all, people want to label him, oh, he's a pedophile. He's, you know, targeting minors and everything else. Like, yeah, you can label him that all day long, but you're only looking at, you know, face value. Oh, he shouldn't have been messaging minors. Okay. So if he has a giveaway and it's not age restricted, how are the people going to be able to redeem their stuff if they can't message him? If he can't talk to people that are under 18 and minors have access to just about anything and everything, why are they able to still talk to him? Oh, and here's another question that I really, really want people to ask, you know, ask them. Where were the fucking parents? Where were the parents? Where were their legal guardians? And I'll tell you straightforward. Our oldest has a phone. He has no access to a personal social media account. And it's set up that way until he's, you know, cognizant enough to know what to do and not to do. Does he have access to a Twitter account? Yes. Does he have access to a Discord account? Yes. What we see was sent? Yes. Do I intervene on a whole lot? No. But if anybody does anything towards him, they deal with me. Case in point. It's literally all I'm going to say on it. The fact that they wanted to take this and destroy the man's career, reputation, character in its entirety, 4 years later, says that y'all been sitting on this for quite some time, and how come you didn't do this sooner? Speaking of not doing it sooner, this six-headed motherfucker Nick Mercs fucking has had a long and successful career on Amazon on streaming platform Twitch, and this marks the first time he's been banned on the platform. He can stay banned for all I give a shit. He can stay banned because he's been explicitly targeting the LGBTQIA plus community and everything else and all and everything. It's like, bro, come the fuck on. The derogatory remark he said was, and I am not going to quote it, but he said this. As you can tell, it still ain't fucking learned. Now here's a bigger question. How many of these larger creators are still in this fucking mindset? And I'm not just talking about, you know, Doc or Nick or anybody like that. I'm talking about all of them from all over the world. How can we know that they are still the same person they claim they are without doing a deep dive into their own personal life? Like, we take a look at who they've been messaging. I'm pretty sure they've messaged minors as well. And appropriately or not, I don't know. So my thing is, why don't we just have everybody just pull the fucking curtain back, do a whole reset on this entire industry, and just go from there? I think it would make a lot. I think it would do a lot of good. Just my own personal opinion. But that would, you know, suck for a lot because it means we all start back at zero. But hey, guess what? welcome to starting back and everything else to zero, like a lot of us. So pretty fucking interesting to me how all of a sudden 4 years later it goes to show, you know, what something like that has happened. And then now Twitch is actually cracking down on this, which honestly he don't fucking care. As last I checked, he still has a contract with this fucking platform. Oh, and don't think you're getting off fucking scot free either, Kick. Now, I want y'all to listen to this very, very, very carefully.
I'm saying to put to bed those rumors, those thoughts. Like, why exactly did you decide not to go the anonymous route at all?
It didn't feel right. Shouldn't be doing that. Either I can report it myself, professionally, or I'm just going to shut.
This is on another creator stream that I do not like his content whatsoever. Destiny. He's a vile piece of trash in his entirety as well.
Can I ask you a question on this thing? So let's say I give you firsthand information about Destiny, okay? And I show you stuff, but I don't let you make a copy. But you know now this is legit shit. So I show you a video of Destiny stomping on puppies, and it's like the most fucked up shit you've ever seen, but you know this is legit. Like, you can't deepfake what I just showed you. You're throwing up. It's so fucking unbelievably fucked. And he's sitting there saying, yeah, look, dogs, doesn't matter. I eat them for meat. Why would I care about them here? Like, the whole thing, it's real. I've shown you this. I'm obviously a good friend of Destiny, the whole thing, but I'm like, listen, I can't give you a copy of this. He knows I'm the only one who has a copy. I don't even know why you sent it to me. Are you going to report on it?
No.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'd report the shit out of that.
I need the copy of the tape.
If you know.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah,
I need the copy.
The hypothetical here isn't really even that hypothetical. This guy has gone and targeted a minor and said, yeah, I don't care that you're 16, 17, whatever the age was. Said, no, that's fine. I'm going to keep making sexual comments. He has this pattern set up. Like, how... I don't understand. Is there no moral imperative here for you at all? That you need to make sure that this guy doesn't continue to go on and victimize more people?
There is, but, you know, Twitch is doing their own investigation. It's not for me to... The only person who should be, if they ever want to speak, is the victim.
No, I'm sorry. This is the most broken mindset, in my opinion. Okay? Victims have a duty to report stuff like this. People have a duty to actually make sure that this doesn't happen in the future. This is like, it's so brain dead, in my opinion, to go, oh, well, we have to defend the victim. That's our number one priority. No. My number one priority is making sure more victims don't happen. We can't unrape that fucking person, okay?
So as a
I'm sexualize that person.
Yeah, hold on real quick. I'm sympathetic towards this, and it works in almost all cases, except the issue is you run into one huge part at the beginning of the reporting process, and that's that the goal should be to reduce future harm to minors. So if somebody reports something, then you should say like, oh shit, well, we need to do this even if they don't want to come forward. But then the issue might be that when somebody wants to report something in the future, they're like, fuck, like I'd report on this guy, but like I don't want any of my shit public. Like I'm just not going to report it. It's not worth the deal. I think that's the
reporter's
issue.
duty is to the news always. That's true. Isn't there like even the thing with reporters that like, you know, like they have advanced knowledge of something going on, but they're embedded with a group? Like this kind of happened with Hamas, didn't it? During the October 7th thing?
If you advance knowledge of a crime, I believe you have to inform on the crime.
If you have advanced knowledge of a crime, you have to report the crime. So why the fuck did you wait 4 goddamn years, Slasher? 4 years and you fucking knew. And if anybody says, "Oh, I don't think he knew," no, I guarantee you, he fucking knew. He was just waiting for the right moment to come about. That is disgusting. That is not reporting, and you, sir, should be embarrassed to be calling yourself a fucking journalist. Like, I don't agree with, you know, oh, well, it's gonna be all this other stuff and everything else. No, dude, no. Go fuck yourself. We'll touch on this here in a second. I don't like Sneeko. He's an idiot. He's a scumbag. But he makes a point.
There you go, queen. You're an independent girl boss. Slay. Clown world. I don't know everything about Dr. Disrespect, but what is the, like, let's break it down. Pokimane pretty much does softcore porn for 14-year-old boys. Her audience is 95% men who are jerking off the entire stream. Pokey, I want to poke you, Pokey. On Twitch. I might get banned on Twitch by saying this, but it is what it is, bro. They run Twitch because they are turning people into simps. And simping is them, here's another 3,000 gifted, ding, ding, jerking off all day. Most of them are teenagers. Most of them are underage. It doesn't even matter to them because Twitch is 13 plus. So they're okay if you're 13 years old, edging to Pokemon all day. But if Dr. Disrespect texts a girl who's 17 years old, 11 months, 364 days, 59 minutes and 59 seconds, he's the worst person ever. Why?
Makes a point, because at that, like, she basically does that type of content. She sits in front of a camera and bitches all fucking day. Doesn't make any worthwhile content. Same thing with her sister. And like I said, he's an idiot. He's a moron. He's a piece of shit. But he makes a solid point here. And basically, you know, if a grown-ass man messages a girl who's just under 18, exactly that mark, he's a most vile piece of trash, he's a pedophile, everything else in the fucking world. But you got, you know, these 13-year-olds and everything else that are sitting there fucking beating their meat to Pokemon and Valkyrie. It's like, there's a fucking double standard there. And I feel bad for the Z.
Hey everyone, just making this video due to the fact that a lot of people are obviously wondering what my thoughts are on the doc situation. People speculating what my silence over the last few days means. I want to start by saying the silence has been nothing more than probably what it's been for a lot of people over the last few days. It's been pretty devastating, devastating news. Just hard to come to grips with. For Doc, I hope this is a dark part of his past. I hope he learns from the situation, and it never happens again. A full-grown man messaging a minor is unacceptable, and I can't stand by that.
Okay, a full-grown man messaging a minor is unacceptable and he can't stand by that. Okay, by your own logic, then you no longer have a right to play any of your Call of Duty and talk to anybody, because vocal is the same thing as actually messaging. If you want to go into that context, you have no business in running away any more giveaways. You have no business in streaming anymore, and you have no business being a creator anymore because of that sentiment of what you just said. You have no business in responding to anybody who comments anything on any of your videos. You have no business in anybody reaching out to you via email. You have no business in commenting on anything on Twitter. You have no business in commenting anything on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on fucking YouTube, Rumble, wherever the fuck you put content out, short form or long form. You have no business in doing that, because any reply or anything you say is indeed messaging a minor. You have no business in doing that anymore. So by your own logic, yes, I know you're devastated because he is one of your longest standing friends. But by your own logic, you have no business of being a creator anymore, because part of what you do is you respond to things, regardless of age. I'm sorry, but that is the nature of this fucking industry. You don't know until they say, oh, hey, I'm X amount of years old. Thank you for letting me know. Let's move on. The moment they tell you exactly how old they are, you know where to stop the inappropriateness. Especially if it's, been going on. You're like, oh, hey, by the way, I'm 13. It's like, oh, fuck, kind of wish you would have told me before. So now you change the narrative on what the context of your messages are going to be. If I'm sitting here having dark humor jokes with my my veteran friends, and somebody comes in, oh, by the way, I'm 15. We change it. Or if they're, hanging out and they're hearing that and they're laughing on, and then 30 minutes later, after, we're cracking some dark humor jokes. Oh, hey, by the way, I'm 15. We're like, well, shit. And then we change the fucking notion. Change the way that we talk. It's only until we know, do we actually do something about it. Slasher, you're a fucking idiot. You hold on to stuff and you don't say worth a damn. Go fuck yourself. Alright. Go back to exactly what I was just saying. No one under 18 should be able to have social media accounts. I agree, but don't. I agree, but don't agree. Like, yes, I agree it should be 18 or older. I don't agree because everything we do now online can be construed as social media. From streams to watching videos on YouTube to being able to do anything. So you mean to tell me that you're going to limit media consumption to those that are 18 or older? I mean, essentially, that's what streaming, whether it's live form or recorded form content, that's what it is. It is a form of media. YouTube actually has a social part of it in the grand scheme of things, where you can go to. I'm gonna go to Lupo's channel real quick. Go to here and start commenting on stuff. Lupo, I respect the shit out of you, dude. I'm just using your channel as an example. Like, you can go to the community aspect, start commenting on stuff. That is a social media form. You can't control the internet. You can't. Not even governments can do that. People in China still find a way around it. And I'm sorry, but we live in a country where we have a lot of freedoms. So good fucking luck. Now, going into the context of this, all right? It's too soon. Kick has no plans to preemptively ban Dr. Disrespect.
I big time appreciate it. Big time appreciate it. Matt Suarez.
This guy is within, he works for Kick, and he's within the strategic partners, all right?
As drama reporting is the low-hanging last fruit of content creating. It's not original and doesn't help anything. I mean, look, it does help. Okay, so Matt Suarez, it does help in reporting, right? Like, so I think I had a comment yesterday during my stream where it's like, there was a report by Deserto who shared a clip of a Kick streamer, you know, like Stable Ronaldo, doing something idiotic with his car, right? Driving on a public sidewalk, right? So they take the clip and they post it. Kick streamer driving on a public sidewalk, right? Obviously, we get tagged in it, so our social team sees it, and they report it. They say, hey, we see this activity. We go in, man. There are zero reports. There are zero reports of this kid driving on the sidewalk. All right? I got no problem with Deserto posting that, but what I do have a problem with is, like, I know they have a robust social media team scouring Kick, scouring Twitch, YouTube, Rumble, all the like, just to get clicks, right? My point in saying that is report the behavior and then post the clip. But what I can tell you is these drama alerts, these Desertos, these Twitch clips, Kick clips, YouTube clips of all these people who do drama reporting give two shits about reporting it authentically, right? And then on top of that, aside from, I don't mind if it's being covered. What I hate is when it's being covered to fit their narrative, right? It's been covered to fit their narrative. Favored Kick streamer is allowed to go down sidewalks. When will this degeneracy ever happen? And if they took 2 seconds, they would notice that this person's been banned, right? But they start in on this narrative without doing any journalism, and I think that that's something that's been lost in this generation, is the art of journalism, of actually getting your facts straight. And what has happened is all this conjecture, and that's my generation's fault, where you have the old CNNs and Foxes of the world move away from reporting and give editorial commentary. That's what news has become. Bloomberg might be the only real news source out there.
I've heard some jokes, but that's a good one.
Might be.
No, they're not.
Might be.
They're biased.
Indicax. I understand the doc stuff is very sensitive, but if Kick lets him on, it could be very negative. Would Dr. Disrespect be allowed on Kick if he joined, or would he be instantly banned? Serious question. I don't see that happening. I mean, Doc coming over. I think Doc is on a holiday, like a very, 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 very serious holiday. Look, in my opinion, I just don't see that. I don't see that in the cards in terms of reality. I know you're asking a hyperbolic question. I understand that you're asking like a fantasy type of question. There's still a lot to be unwound from the Doc saga. That's not going anywhere anytime soon. Just the cavern of whispers that is there that to be unlocked. Who knows? I think it's just too soon to even like consider that. I don't, based on what I've seen with Doc, I don't see the guy making a comeback anytime soon. I think he genuinely just wants to take some time off and decompress, think through things. But I wouldn't even comment on that. It's just like there's not a world where that's going to happen, But yeah,
so in your own grand scheme of taking things out of context and not doing, the due diligence and everything, here, I'll tell you something about it right now. And Razor, I stopped watching your content because it goes on the area of VR porn. If you are ever going to watch this, and you have the people are like, oh well, they don't need to be doing this, and like you are one of them and everything else, and people don't need to be doing this, but you have the audacity to be doing some explicit shit on your fucking streams in VR. Don't think I didn't fucking see that shit whatsoever. I stopped watching your stuff. I stopped following you because of that shit. And if you take offense to that, that's on you. I don't care. Now, moving on to this chuckle fuck. And I don't give a fuck if he says, oh, well, you don't need to refer to me. No, I'm going to refer to you and all the kick and all the staff as chuckle fucks, idiotic motherfuckers, until you get your heads out of your asses and do the due diligence of what you're supposed to do. There's a reason why I do not stream to kick. There's a reason. Because your support system does not fucking work. How the fuck would I know? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because I'm not on the goddamn platform streaming anymore. Because you've allowed for somebody to get so grossly harassed to the point where I was about this close to suing your fucking platform. This close to just saying, fuck it, let me go drop a couple G's on a fucking lawyer to sue you guys for your own gross negligence to your TOS, your community guidelines, and your what is it? Your gross discontent and disregard to your streamers and creators' well-being. I have fucking receipts on that shit. I have chat logs, usernames, messages, not just in my channel, but others targeting me. Which y'all could have intervened, but it wasn't until I actually sent an email saying you guys need to do something ASAP that I actually had a staff member go in and lurk and see the bullshit I was dealing with. So don't sit there and try to say, oh, well, Kick's great and everything else. I've used your 24/7 about this shit. They don't respond right away. They don't respond effectively. Why? Because they can't. They've referred to me to Kick support. Support, what's the fucking thing? Support@kick.com. That's what they refer to me as. That's who they refer to me as. And it's like, y'all gave a shit about your creators. More would actually be on there. And I'm not joking. Didn't have your wild cards that are out on there. It would be a lot better. Now, idiot.
We good, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yo, what the fuck? Yo.
And then the car the fan hit was a car of his friend in Belgian YouTube, Celine. Okay. We aren't ignoring you. Yeah, okay. Now, about this. Why I do not like this motherfucker whatsoever. Yeah, I'm following so that I can actually see if he'll own up to his shit.
Just do the taser. All right, look. I will cash up you 1,000 if you tase yourself right now.
Me tasing my wife.
No, like you get tased 1,000.
All right. You want me to stand up or not?
It's been over 3 months.
Come on, do it. Oh, all right, okay, all right. All right, bet something's like, all right, bet. What's your cash app?
Can I send it to you?
Oh.
Or I'll send you to Coco. I'm already with Coco.
Wait, did somebody hack my cash app?
Wait, did somebody hack my cash app? That's a fucking excuse. Fade, you made a statement on your stream 3 months ago. Pay the man. Pay him. I go back to what I said earlier. And Shroud, you had inside knowledge.
Second Doc got banned on Twitch, my logic kicked in and I said, yep. You don't just get banned randomly, and I didn't say a word to him, didn't message him, didn't reply to anything on Twitter.
You don't just get banned randomly. I have actually seen people get banned randomly. Large partners too. So yeah. Nice try. Oh, by the way, didn't you take a fucking deal about 4 years ago?
Didn't at all. Didn't associate at all, because you don't just get banned. I'm not a fucking idiot. Fucking use your brain, people. People don't just get banned.
Don't just get banned. Like I said, I've seen people actually get banned for no fucking reason. They do everything within the realm of the what they're supposed to do. And all of a sudden, they get they try to log in, boom, they're not able to even do anything. Now, this is my county judge, by the way.
More.
Lena Hidalgo.
That they're being used as pawns in this fight over immigration that doesn't even exist because Biden and McConnell agree. It's just that Trump won't let them move it forward.
All due respect, Judge, you said this issue shouldn't be politicized, but by pointing the finger at former President Trump and Republicans in Congress, aren't you politicizing it?
I think I answered the question. So, yeah, I mean, this is about Jocelyn. This is about her family, and if we want to,
Judge,
as I said, talk about immigration.
You didn't answer the question. Are you politicizing this by pointing the finger at Republicans and saying it's their fault, not the fault of the Biden administration that lifted the Remain in Mexico policies?
Again, the Biden administration reached an agreement with Leader McConnell to address this, but this is not about immigration. I'm not going to feed into that.
Oh, it's not about immigration. Where's it at? Hold on. During a hearing Tuesday morning, a judge set a bond for the second suspect accused of murdering 12-year-old Jocelyn Ngara, was found dead in a creek in North Houston last week. But according to the agency, the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, according to the agency, the U.S. Border Patrol apprehended Martinez, one of the men involved, near El Paso on March 14th, but he was released that same day on an order of reconnaissance with a notice to appear. So it's not about immigration, but you have two illegals that murdered a 12-year-old girl. I'm gonna be 100% straightforward real quick before we dive into the other realm of anything. I don't care if you're from another country. I don't care if you're from this country. If you harm my family, you will not be able to see the next day. Case in point. Simple. You will not be able to see the next day. Now, before we dive into this, I am neither pro-Trump, I'm not pro-Biden. I can't stand this motherfucker because he was vice president whenever I was on active duty. I do not identify as Republican or Democrat. I identify as independent with my own facts and opinions about things. I took down some notes during the debate. All right, for the economy.
There was no inflation when I became president. You know why? The economy was flat on its back. 15% unemployment. He decimated the economy. Absolutely decimated the economy. That's why there was no inflation.
Okay, take a look. I mean, this is from the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. You can see where it says 0.1% on Consumer Price Index. This is all items, by the way. 0.1%, damn near net zero. Trump was still in office. All right, and currently right now it's at 3.3%. June 2022, 9.1. Look. All items, right? January of 2017, -2. February, 0. Go all the way to June. Not June. January. At 3.8% whenever Biden took over. Oh, I'm looking at food. But if you take a look from January of 2021, ironic how he says there was no inflation, and yet it's 9.1% here. What's this one? Gas. I would really take a look at things on that, man. Who wants to sit there and say there was no there was, you know, nothing, that there was no inflation? No, there was inflation, but it was at a net, it was almost at a damn near net zero. And then the country shut down. And then you put the mandates in charge, or in place. That fucking spiked. Let's take a look at food at home. 13.5. All right, what about energy? Bad. Electricity. Bad. Less food and energy. That was correct. Shelter. Education and communication. Medical care. Gas. Food. Away from home. These stats don't fucking lie. They don't. And yeah, he did say this. I'm the first president in this decade that had no troops killed under my command. So you mean to tell me these servicemen and women are still walking amongst us today? You mean to tell me that you weren't at fucking Dover Air Base whenever they were being brought home in caskets? You mean to tell me that, you know, they were serving their country and were able to come home when you told the world, oh, hey, we're going to stop operations in Afghanistan, we're leaving here on this day? I felt betrayed on that day. Absolutely betrayed. Because seeing a Chinook helicopter take off from the embassy in comparison to Vietnam or Korea, seeing that right there. This photo was taken as the U.S. rushed to evacuate its embassy in Kabul, which some critics call him Biden's Saigon moment. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me educate you. How quick people are to forget. But yet our president said that, you know, no deaths, no troops under his command were killed. I guess you forgot. Also, Trump called for a pullout from NATO, and I agree with it because of how much we spend for NATO. Believe me, graph will show. Canada, 1.38% of GDP, and this is from 2023. Defense spending of 2023, 28,950, and defense spending per capita, 740. Now, I would argue that it can be contributed to millions to billions of dollars. Let's take a look. Portugal, 1.48% of its GDP. And spending, all right. Norway, 1.67. My camera over so you. Let's see. Finland. 5. Got Estonia, 2.7%. I want y'all to see these numbers, all right? Latvia. Turkey. Greece. Bulgaria. I can't zoom in. You can see all these others. Now let's take a look at the US. And we'll actually see how much in spending did we spend in 3. Towards NATO. $860 billion. That's pretty fucking crazy. So, and I know what happens if we pull out of NATO. Everything in this area goes to shit. Maybe it's time that, you know, the US actually starts looking into its own vested interests again. Instead of being the world's police. I'm tired of it. I know, you know, all the other countries are tired of it. I'm tired of seeing us being thrown into proxy wars. Like, some goddamn reason we're the fucking police of the entire world. And it needs to stop. Pretty fucking simple. And I mean, you can see clear as fucking day in this shit right here. Yeah, that defense spending. That's billions, by the way. Really open up people's eyes on this one. Canada, 28.9 billion with a B. Don't y'all, like, I'm pretty sure Canada has its own issues right now, such as a housing shortage and people not being able to get the things that they need. So I would be asking your prime minister and your officials, what the fuck? And then you got your defense casualties, which, gee, no deaths in the past decade. Kind of looks like there was 13 deaths in 2021. Oh, and 9 in 2020. Oh, and 21 in 2019. So don't think Trump isn't, you know, using this. 16 in 2016, 21 in 2017, 14 in 2018, 21 in 2019, 9 in 2020. And I don't even think this is updated correctly as well, because I'm pretty sure there are some that have been, you know, killed in action elsewhere. How we go to the unemployment rate? 3.5% in February of 2020. April, May, August, November, January. 6.4%. Now it's at 4%, whereas over here is at 3.5%. Like I said, oh well, it's only at 4%. Look at unemployment. You can see the difference in the stats on just about anything within here. It doesn't lie. By the way, if you want to take a look at crime, be prepared to be a shot. We'll take a look at the border. Like, I mean, almost 270,000 enforcement encounters. And that is a significant increase from FY 2022 to 2023. 2021. And we got, says to date right here. Just, it's insane. 100% insane. So anybody sitting there saying, oh, well, there's nothing that he's done wrong. Well, these are classified documents and documents that are not kept in a spot that needs to be, you know, collected. Yet they want to perfectly place stuff at the Mar-a-Lago hotel for an op and everything. Like, come on. All right. Talked on the economy. I've talked on jobs. I've talked on the troop death. The abortion pill. I do not think that lawmakers that are not female, natural born females, don't get it twisted, not those who identify as, should be making laws on those who are. It should be, if it impacts a certain group, such as if it impacts men, the men should vote on it. If it impacts women, the women should vote on it. That's my opinion. I, as a man, have no say in what a woman should do or should not do with her body, even if it comes to abortion. I talked on border, the deportation. Honestly, the mass deportation that Trump wants to do, I don't agree with it. You know, if they're here illegally, I don't agree with it. What I would say is double check to see if they're in a database for some felonies and then boot them out. That's what I would do. I'll touch on the PACT Act here in a second. Russian war in Ukraine. If you take a look at what's happened before with when Trump was in office versus when where Biden is, you can see clear as day who had whom on lockdown. I'm not saying, you know, Trump's perfect or anything, but he had Putin on lockdown. Like, nobody could do, like, nobody was afraid to do, like, nobody's afraid to do anything under Biden. On Trump, they were, you know, like, kind of cautious. Tell me who the real power is. Same thing with Israel and Hamas. And for those who are sitting there backing Palestine, you can really see who the money's going to. Just saying. For January 6th, which was mentioned, I would ask Roy Epps why he was trying to instigate things. But, you know, he's on probation and can't have any contact with any people. Because he's like, we need to go in. We need to go in. He's a fucking Fed and wanted to actually instigate things. The Paris Climate Accord agreement, whatever. It was going to be costing the U.S. billions of dollars over next X amount of years, because no other country was going to be putting up their fair share. It's simple. No other country was going to be paying the amount that the U.S. was going to be paying. And Trump pulled us out of that. And honestly, kind of wish he did. Yeah, I kind of wish we were still out of that. But we wouldn't be sending money to that bullshit agreement for other countries. Like, oh no, we'll get you next time. We'll get you next time. We'll get you next time. All right, bitch, there is no next time. Pay the fuck up. The wealthy on taxes. Close all the goddamn loopholes. You really want to make, if you really want to have people pay their fair share, close the fucking loopholes. Ain't that goddamn hard. It ain't. No one wants to screw with us. A direct quote from Biden. Every single adversary of the U.S. is laughing at us. And they're becoming more and more brazen with what they're doing. I wouldn't be shocked if in the next 4 years, if Biden is still president, in the next 4 years, China takes Taiwan. Russia completely takes over Ukraine. Israel is still continuing their war with Hamas and is getting pushed back by all the other Middle Eastern countries. Couple other things and other countries pop off, and we're stretched so fucking thin because we're all over the goddamn place that we can't do a fucking thing. Now, this touches on two areas: veterans in the VA and the PAC debt. Oh yeah, that was funny. All right, this is my personal experience with the PAC deck. I can't get the PAC deck care until next year. Because if I go and file for it, my 100% can be called into question. And with what the PAC deck can do, it can provide treatment and stuff on shit that I've been having issues with. But it could overall lower my rating. Now, December of 2025, which is in a year and a half, I can't have that touched. So I still have to deal with issues for another 6 months before I can do anything. So that's why it's not as effective as a lot of people say it is. And I didn't find that out until I was talking to my service officer with my VFW and also a couple representatives with the Texas Veterans Commission and the VA itself. Because of that, nobody goes through and says, oh, this is what it really says. Like, no. It doesn't it doesn't say what it does at face value. And with veterans in the VA, under Trump, we were actually getting taken care of and we didn't have to fight for a lot of our stuff. Veterans were not turned away at a physical therapy appointment. I was just done with my physical therapy for my my left knee, and I'm going to check out, and there's a female vet that does not want to talk to a male veteran, and he doesn't understand. And she's sitting there yelling at him, and I told her, ma'am, I got this. Hey, get a female. She doesn't want to talk to you. I don't care if you got to get a doctor, get a female. And they tried to code white her to have some people come in and try to inject her. And I said, you touch her, you're going to be leaving on a gurney. She's wheelchair bound. And she's being turned away for the treatment that she needs. Obviously, these guys didn't understand. Oh, hey, she doesn't like talking to men because of what she's gone through while on active duty and through her life. But instead, they were willing to jump the gun and have a psychiatrist or somebody within the psych ward come down. And I said, all 6 of you, get outside. Y'all don't need to be in here. We can resolve this here with some people who understand things. So what I did is I had her caretaker wheel her into a corner. And I told him, get a female so that she could talk to him. Because y'all are dicking around with her stuff like y'all did with me back in 2015. I'm not about to stand for it. They didn't know what I was talking about, and I told them, hey, you remember whenever the door was kicked down from your director? I'm that dude. They instantly started calling for security. Like, no, you don't need to call for him. I'm of no threat to anybody until provoked. But it comes down to it, if you look at what was being done correctly to now, she was about to be turned away and she needed help immediately. All because she was a female and in a wheelchair. And that's an issue that I have. That's what the VA is not seeing. That is what this current administration is not seeing. Trump's administration was seeing that. And he was willing to sit there and get everything taken care of correctly. Now, I don't know what RFK stances on things were. I would have really liked for him to be on the debate. And everything. It would have just been awesome. But it goes to show that certain things just didn't play out with the way that they should have. And it's wrong. I know it's too hard-hitting and deep topics with the Dr. Disrespect and the other crap within streaming. And the RX3, if you want to get into it's a couple of deep topics and everything. If you want to catch me live at any point in time throughout the week, information is in the description. Do check out in the Discord. I have a new affiliate, an affiliateship with a company. I didn't mention that at the beginning of the stream because I'm not sponsored. I'm only affiliated with them. All information is in the Discord. So if you want, join the Discord. I'm in there constantly. Want help with anything? I have a Google form that's up for people to take a look at, especially within a couple games. And I'm gonna be real. Next week, I'm gonna talk about something that is going to be kind of like a shocker to some. But aside from that, it's gonna be. It needs to be mentioned. Other than that, I will catch y'all later. Links down below. Bye.